Money is energy and energy must flow. Today, we are talking about the number one way that you are blocking money from coming to you. Sacred Money Archetype style. So today, not only am I going to talk about ways that we commonly block money as individuals, but we're going to go one deeper and go into 8 sacred money archetypes and the most common block for each of the archetypes. Hi, I'm Tracy from the Money Boss Collective, and I am here to help you step into your personal power, make more money, and build your dream life. So, as we all know, money is a heated topic. It produces anger, guilt, shame, sadness, frustration, anxiety. Name all the emotions, it is there. When we have enough of it, it produces happiness, abundance, choice, possibility, freedom, peace. Money is a powerful thing. And that is exactly what we are dedicated to here on the Money Boss Show. Help you be a money boss. So, one of the most important things is tapping into your energy flow and what may be blocking your money. So, number one, let's just look at the human species as a whole. What are ways that we block and sabotage money? Well, we don't make enough, we spend too much, we have a love-hate relationship with money, we fear it. All of those physical actions, if we're spending too much of it, we're blocking our abundance from growing. And then we keep ourselves in survival mode. If we are under earning, overspending, those are blocks in themselves. If we hate money, no matter how much we try to get money, money is going to be repelled. Funny enough, as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, we create our reality, and it starts with us in the middle, our sacred money archetype, our unique individual being that we are, our personality, our upbringing. And then from there, it goes to our thoughts and beliefs, feelings, actions, results. So our thoughts and beliefs are primarily programmed by our family, friends, church, schooling, community from 0 to 7 years old. That's our subconscious thinking. It's programmed. It's like, I heard a great analogy. It's like the world's greatest recorder in the back of your brain. When you're 0 to 7 years old, learning the ropes of life, looking at the adult gods in your life going, teach me, your little brain is wide open, you're taking it all in. So if your parents are fighting about stress, if they say money is evil, if they say don't ask for money, be grateful, all of those one-liners that parents say, you're being programmed. So that creates your thoughts and beliefs. And even as adults, we don't know it because we've accumulated all this experience and knowledge and education, whether through school or post-secondary. We think we're well beyond that. But at the end of the day, your programmer, your recorder has recorded all those thoughts. And deep down, that is the programming it's using to operate your life decisions. 2% of that can override it. But for the most part, you're operating from 0 to 7 years old, the programming you got. And your thoughts and beliefs create your feelings create your actions create your results. So when it comes to the way that we block money, one of the big ways, obviously, is us in our daily life. Whether we don't earn enough, whether we overspend, some of those day-to-day money management sabotages. We don't budget, so we don't know how much we have. We do credit card debt, get ourselves into debt. That keeps us spinning on the hamster wheel instead of being powerful money bosses in charge of our destiny. So our blocks come from day-to-day operation, us being us. But then one of the important things to look at is the programming that we got. If we grew up in welfare, poverty, or middle class, or wealth, we're going to be programmed different, and we're going to have different blocks based on the status of how we grew up, what we heard our friends, family, community, news, everybody talking about, what we've seen growing up. If somebody is raised in welfare, they're going to see a totally different lifestyle than the middle class or the wealthy. What we hear, see, is what we take into our brain. It gets recorded. And then, because that's our operating system, we go out into the world and reproduce what is on the screen of our mind in that recorder. That the recorder's not sitting there, but you know what I mean. We often refer to the subconscious back here, your conscious thinking up here. I don't know where it is, but that's my explanation for you guys. I love a good visual picture. So we're showing up with, let's say, welfare programming. Well, all we seen was welfare, all we heard was welfare. So you get conditioned not by who you are and your potential, you're conditioned by what you grew up with, as I covered. And then you just repeat that. So if we want to unblock generational money curses, as they say, we just need new knowledge, and we need to unblock that old knowledge, the old patterns, the old way of thinking. So one, we block ourselves in our daily money management habits. That is number one. Number two, in our thoughts and beliefs. And then from there, our thoughts, beliefs create our feelings, right? If you think money's bad, what do you feel about money? Oh, money's evil. Rich people are bad. So that's how you feel. If you feel a way about money, you're not going to pursue it because you don't feel good about it. And then from there, the actions, right? If you think money is an amazing way to provide your family with possibility and opportunity, and you know it's a neutral tool for currency, just like a bag of potatoes, that's all money is. But we need money to pay everything. Therefore, we are quite at odds with it because we often don't have enough. And especially when we're younger, we're in low-paying jobs, a lot of debt, maybe from university. So we start off our formative years as a youngster, not making a lot of money, being thrown out into the world, and then not being taught a lot about money. So is it a wonder why we don't like money? We're not really taught about it. We're programmed, most likely that is bad, unless you came from wealth. And then we go out in the world and we start off from the hardest point possible, where you are on the lowest pay scale with big bills, nobody to help you, you feel panic. That sets your relationship with money. No wonder we block money. We fear it, we hate it, we loathe it, we love it, all of the emotions. So we block it with our day-to-day habits, our limiting beliefs and thoughts, our feelings about it. And because we have all of that, our actions come from that. So if we think money's bad or money's only for the rich people, that's what we think and believe, feel, that's the actions we will take or not. If you don't think money is available to you because you grew up too poor, or you're a woman, or your nationality, or your disability, if you have a limiting belief, no matter where that came from, that's going to be your feeling, and you're going to act accordingly. So let's use the woman one. And yes, there is inequality, all of that stuff. There is racism. There is all of that. I am not saying there isn't, but we are here to be money bosses and to control what we can control, and the way we see things and the way we act and the results we get, right? That is what being a money boss is. So let's say I think because I'm a female that I cannot be a business owner. Number one, women and men are rocking it. Just look around. And then you can totally just ixnay that limiting belief on any of your limiting beliefs. Just find somebody that's done it. If somebody else has done it, they've learned how to do it, you can do it. There's your number one limiting belief buster. But let's say I think because I'm a woman, I can't be successful. Thoughts, beliefs, probably programmed because of my childhood. I've seen it in my mother, my parents, my relatives, the community, the church I grew up in, whatever it is, media, the generation I grew up in. I mean, for my mom and my grandma, that would have been way more correct. For us as women, our opportunity is unlimited, just like men. So we can ixnay that limiting belief, but let's say that is what I think, because that is what I believe. So I think and believe that. How do I feel about myself and my ability? Well, I automatically think my gender is going to determine my future, because I think that is a very, like, close the case. You are done. You have signed your life sentence until somebody helps you reprogram that. Because guess what? If I think I can't start my own business because I'm a woman, that's how I feel. So what's my action from there? Nothing, because I don't think I can do it, because it's not a possibility based on my perception. I don't think a woman can start a business. Not true. If somebody of your limiting belief has done it before, find them and then kibosh that limiting belief, because as soon as one person does it, you can do it. That's the brilliant part. If you've grown up in poverty and somebody poor has gone rich, you can do it. If you're a woman and somebody has gone really successful being a woman, you can do it. So on, so on. So who we are, our daily money management habits, our thoughts, beliefs, our feelings, and our actions block our money. Now, let's do this Sacred Money Archetype style, because what I love about the beauty of the Sacred Money Archetype system, a money personality system that puts individuals into 8 personality types. So we'll go through that right away, but it is unbelievably accurate and so amazing. For me, I've said a million times, I just launched a 3-part training and a mini course, not a mini course, it's a pretty hefty course at a great price, but I just finished launching the Money Codes course that goes through all that. In this work, I continue to reinforce how important it is to know thyself. Because if you're getting money advice based on a different money archetype personality, it's going to be wrong. A ruler behaves and acts and desires money totally different than a connector. And that is the one thing that just blew my mind personally and professionally when I found the Sacred Money Archetypes. I couldn't understand why some people couldn't save money. I was always good at putting money away, no matter how much I made, how little I made, I always put away money. And then the next person, they would just spend everything they had. I couldn't quite understand. I thought it was like a discipline and a try harder. And there's an element of that, because we do need a try to overcome and manage our money successfully. But then when I found the Sacred Money Archetypes and learned about the 8 archetypes, I quickly said, oh, I'm these, even before I took the quiz. And then I could pinpoint family members and friends and different people I was working with and understand why they couldn't act, manage, think about money the same way as me. So the Sacred Money Archetypes are a system of 8 money archetypes developed to share your strengths, gifts, sabotages, challenges, your essence, your way of being, how you think and feel about money, your stretch goals, your sacred money contract, your sacred money destiny, and even words that help empower you when it comes to money. So it is unbelievable. We do a free quiz on the website. Just so you know, if you haven't done that, go to themoneybosscollective.co, take the free quiz. You'll get an email. It'll have results for you. And then there is a training that you can watch to get all free information about your archetypes and start implementing and really working to your money strengths right away. So let's do your number 1 money block, Sacred Money Archetype style. So let's really fly through the money personalities quick, and then we'll go through each one by one, and we'll share with you one of your main blocks so that you can have a takeaway and start working on that right away. The Sacred Money Archetypes are Ruler, Maverick, Accumulator, the Connector, the Alchemist, the Nurturer, the Romantic, and the Celebrity. So let's go in. The ruler is the inner empire builder. And just so you know, I have episodes that has thorough details on this, the strengths, challenges, all that. And again, if you take the quiz, you'll get a free training after you take the quiz with some more information for you. So the ruler is the inner empire builder, and they are really driven to make money. So we can even use the word obsess. That is their main thing. And it's not so much money, it is the possibility money brings. And it's not even so much the money and the possibility for themselves. It is helping other people see their potential and help them achieve. That is what motivates a ruler. But on the flip side, they can become so obsessed with building their empire that they forget to have fun, that enough is never enough. This goal, once reached, is not enough, and they're striving towards the next thing. So their biggest money block is working so hard, they burn themselves out, and they can start to resent money or their business. Okay, the next one is the accumulator. This is the inner banker. They are naturally really good with money, and they live within their means. They don't often take on consumer debt, and they are very good at stashing away money in secret spots so that they are safe come what may. The rainy day, the accumulator's always preparing for the rainy day. Their biggest money block is their grab, their tight-fisted hold on money. And while that's a beautiful skill to have, especially with the retail temptations of the world we live in, their number one block is the fact that they hold their money so tight, and that's an energy. And here is the block behind it. When you don't want to part with your money, and it can come to training opportunities that can help you or your business grow, the accumulator often doesn't want to invest because they want to know the payoff. But as we all know, sometimes you have to read the course, figure out what's going on, make sure it's a good investment. But sometimes you just got to take the leap, learn the material, and then trust in your accumulator assessment abilities that the course will pay off if you take in the knowledge and do the work. So that is the accumulator. Their number one block is their tight grip on money and their desire not to spend it or invest it. The Maverick, this is our inner rebel with a cause, and they are here to win big with money. They are what we would call the gambler. Out of all the money personalities, all the people out there, they are the most comfortable with taking risks. And often they're comfortable with very complex business transaction deals, things that other people would look at and go, that is way too risky. The Maverick is all about that. They are great at just jumping right in the hopes of winning big. But here is their number one block. They can get so focused on winning big, doing it differently, burning down their business because they get bored. They love the thrill of money, thrill of newness. Their biggest block is their desire for new and risky. Why does that block them? Well, you can win big if you're that type of personality, but here's the thing, very often they are losing big as well. So they are doing the perpetual roller coaster money cycle. When I see this individual, it can probably be many careers, because remember, we get scores for all of the 8 archetypes. We work to the top 3, but we really work on our top archetype in the sacred money work that we do. But we may have Maverick as our 3rd or 4th, and it's their influence in us. But when I think of the Maverick, I think of that person in the casino betting the house and home in the chance they can win it big. When it comes to professions, I think of the stock trader, the real estate investor, the traders, those guys that are really comfortable with those highs and lows of money. They want to win big. They like the stress and the thrill of it all. And of course, like I said, their number one block is blocking their financial security. When you continue to gamble big, you can lose big, and it leaves you just in stress, trying to win it again. And then you lack financial security. So you block the peace and stability. And what you actually want so much is money. But because you're so good at risking it to try and make more, you tend to risk what you have, living in that roller coaster or that perpetual cycle of losing it, trying to make it. And that's no fun. So that is the Maverick's number one block, is the big risk, big win personality that blocks their financial security, leaving them on the hamster wheel of trying to win it back. The next one is the Alchemist. They are the change maker. They are full of ideas and they're the idealists. So if you look at somebody that is on the front lines and making change in the world, they want to change the system. They want to save the world. That is usually an alchemist. They're great at manifesting money. Alchemists, think of that, the alchemy of money and energy into money. They are actually great at manifesting ideas. But here is their block. They have a massive love-hate relationship with money. Why? Because they see the big bad rich guy and how they use money incorrectly, how the little guy gets left out, how people are not treated equally. They are the change maker, the idealists that are here to take care of humanity and change the systems. So while they are good with money and are amazing at creating business ideas, they are often blocking money because they love and they hate it. So if you love it, you're pulling it in. If you hate it, you're sabotaging it and pushing it away. So the alchemists, their biggest block is their love-hate relationship with money and their constant ability to sabotage income-making opportunities because they're like, ooh, I don't want to turn into that rich bad guy. If you haven't taken the course, I recommend that you do it. It is about 8 minutes to go through it. Just block off 8 minutes where you're uninterrupted, go through, answer honestly. It was life-changing. For me, I'm not a quiz kind of person. Like, find your dream Hollywood celebrity match. Like, I don't even know if I've ever done a quiz, maybe when I was young, but I'm not a quiz person. But when I learned about the archetype work and then did the quiz myself, I just knew how life-changing it was. So call out, if you haven't done the quiz, go to the moneybosscollective.co and take it. So we've done the ruler, the accumulator, the maverick, the alchemist. The next one is the nurturer, our big-hearted, nurturing caregivers. They are here to take care of people. And as you can guess, if you are a nurturer or know a nurturer, they tend to become a soft spot for people and their problems. And especially when it comes to people that reach hard times financially. If you are a nurturer, you tend to become an easy mark, and those that will gravitate to those people to ask money, that is a nurturer. I worded that wrong, sorry. People that are always looking for money because they probably don't manage their own correctly, they'll find a nurturer and they'll constantly be asking for money. And because a nurturer wants to take care of people, they are very willing to put their financial jeopardy at risk. We'll talk about the block right away. But nurturers, not only are they willing to give their money, the shirt off their back, many nurturers will go into debt. I don't recommend this. Take on loans to help other people that need money that can't get their own loans. Don't do that. I don't recommend. That's just not wise. But that's the ruler, accumulator, maverick speaking here. I'm not a nurturer. It's a beautiful thing, and we love our big-hearted nurturers. But the block, they have a hard time saying no, and they block their own financial security by always being there for other people financially before they take care of themselves. So they block money because they always think giving their money to other people is more important than themselves having it in the bank. even if they need that for their financial security. They're blocked, they're too generous, putting themselves at risk. The connector. This is the sacred money archetype that out of everybody likes money the least. They are like the what? Money? Who needs money? They are the person that is always connecting people. So you may know that person that's like, hey, I know a guy. I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy. They'll be the person at networking events, introducing people and making sure that people are connected business-wise. Their biggest block, though, they don't like money. They don't really care about money. So they block their financial security in the fact that they are often not very good with taking care of their own money. They very often need somebody else to take care of it for them. And not only that, instead of helping themselves make a living by providing connections, they just don't care. They'll connect two people that'll do a big real estate deal and make a lot of money, but they don't get a cut. They don't ask, they don't think of it, they really don't care. And they block their financial success by not wanting to ask for money, not thinking it's important, and not taking care of their money. Even potentially putting themselves at risk if the person that's taking care of their money is not honest. Now we have the romantic. The romantic is the inner hedonist. They love the fine experiences, the best experiences, the best good times that they could provide for themselves, their friends and family. That is the romantic. They're all about the luxury trips, the fine dining experience. Everything has to be beautiful. It has to be amazing. They want what they want. And they don't really care, block incoming, they don't really care about what is in their bank account and whether their bank account can support their, I want this, I deserve this, I'm going to do this, and don't tell me I can't do this attitude. That is the romantic. So their number one block is that they spend what they have and probably more because they just want it and they're going to do it. And nobody's telling them, you can't afford this. They're just doing it. So that either comes out of the bank account or comes off a credit card. And they then end up being in that guilt, shame, pleasure seeking cycle that blocks their financial security. They have the vibe that, who cares? We'll just spend it all. We can make it back. Money is not important. It's abundant. And they're great at manifesting it, but they don't have the respect and the discipline to care for their money and set themselves up so that they don't have to continue that beautiful, let's do this, we have an amazing time. And then the downside of those expensive experiences when you get the credit card or drain the bank account. So their block is spending it all, thinking money needs to be spent and not respecting the power of a budget or saving for their financial security. And most important, so that they don't have to live in that guilt, shame, pleasure cycle. And especially worse if they have a spouse that then shames them for their spending. That's where the romantic can block their money. Spend it, right? So that is the romantic. And again, if you are a romantic, you might know because you're all about, you listen to the romantic and listen to the next one, the celebrity. Sometimes they are mistaken. They're different people and different motivations, but two that are close the same. So if you're going, oh boy, that's me, then you might want to listen to the celebrity and see, and then take the quiz. So the celebrity. The celebrity is the inner celebrity. They are the star. They love the limelight. They love being portrayed as beautiful, successful, a star, like just important. And there is no guilt, shame on any of them. This is just beautiful in tapping into the essence of who you are. your strengths, your weakness, your motivation, so that you can lean into your strengths, manage your sabotages to make sure that you can be financially secure, and then just really understand who you are and how you're motivated when it comes to money. So the celebrity, they love the best of everything when it comes to material. Where the romantics more, they'll be material driven, but they're really about experiences, eating, fine wine, luxury trips, cruises. They're all about taking their people and treating them to the finest experiences. That is what they're about. Then the celebrity, they're very much about being seen at these events, but it's about being seen at these events, being portrayed as successful. And they want the finest of everything: designer clothes, handbags, shoes, cars. Their block is they block their ability to be financially successful in their boom bust spending. They don't really care to have money in the bank account if that could be used to buy a designer handbag that can impress somebody. Well, all of the archetypes have strengths and then weaknesses, but strengths and weaknesses are a trait, and that's a sliding scale. Where we are raining on the celebrities' parade, we could go into their strengths. They love the limelight. They're very good at having people look at them. So what does that mean? That means that for opportunities like podcasting, public speaking, just putting themselves out there that might make so many people afraid, the celebrity loves it. So everything within the Sacred Money Archetypes, there's no judgment. It is just know thyself, learn your weaknesses, learn your strengths, step into your strengths. And if you really dive into this work, it provides a lot of wisdom onto your operating systems when it comes to money. And you can also start to go, wait, I'm romantic. I love providing fine experiences for people. If you want to be an entrepreneur, or maybe you're an entrepreneur, hosting retreats and masterminds where you can provide your people with the best time wining and dining and loving on them while teaching them what you have to teach them as part of your platform. So there is no judgment, there is no guilt, there is no shame. This is just learning, wisdom, radical self-acceptance, and a roadmap, a money blueprint to help you step into your money genius, right? Because if you look at a lot of the money archetypes, let's say a Maverick, they love change, they love new, they love burning down a business if they get bored. And there's no absolutes here, but what we found is a Maverick, because they like change and freedom and just doing their own thing, having a membership as part of their platform would be really constraining. It might be the best opportunity and they got to do it. And maybe they hire somebody to manage a community, but just knowing who you are, how you feel about money, your personality when it comes to money, you can easily start to tap into the wisdom and align yourself with a roadmap, a blueprint on how to operate your life financially and in your business by just tapping into the essence of your main archetype. So anyways, that is your number one money block, Sacred Money Archetype style. I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely love this work. Like I said, there's a free quiz. We just launched the course and I took a week off last week. So thanks for your patience in me getting back here. And I'm excited for our continued journey here on the Money Boss Show. I've done a lot about the Sacred Money Archetypes, launched the course. We've done a lot about the reality creation framework, thoughts, beliefs, feelings, actions, results. I have a few more places to go. That is the beautiful thing about having a platform about money. There are so many aspects And within that, there's 100 million categories to talk about, right? When it's money, it's the metaphysical, the mindset, and then the physical. I have content for life. So if you love this channel, like it, subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.